Great.
Forgotten that.
Welcome to our open briefing on update on Bluff. Of course you do. So we're now live streaming this particular briefing. So welcome to the team from the Project Management Office to give us this update on Bluff. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. So look, Mike and I are here to give you an update on the Bluff slip, just bring you up to speed with where we're at with the project following Council's resolution to progress and open the road. And I'm going to hand over to Mike, who's come on board as the lead project manager for the delivery of the construction side. So Mike's going to start off by giving you an update on where we are with the program.
Thanks, Dave, and thanks everyone for your time today. So on the first slide, so behind me, we've got a bit of a program for where we're at and where we've come from. So early on, everybody's aware, in 2020 and 2021, we had two major slips that closed the Otaki Gorge Road at the Bluff. This was just before the Campbell's property. So in May this year, Council gave us the go-ahead to come up with a plan to reopen Otaki Gorge Road and clear the slip. So following that instruction, we've gone and procured the geotech engineer, NGO, and a planner, and also Goodman's Contracting has come on board as well in a light ECI phase to give us some construction knowledge in how we can clear the slip. Pushing forward, we worked through September, October with the concept and detailed design, and got to a resolution that we were all happy with, that was also on budget, that we could push forward to go for resource consents. So two resource consents, one through KCDC and one through Greater Wellington as well. So currently both of those resource consents haven't been approved, but we've had the RFIs coming through in the last couple of weeks that we've been working through, and fingers crossed we can see them before the end of this year. All going well, and those resource consents come through by the end of this year. We've got currently just working through the final details of the contract with Goodman's. So hopefully before the end of the year we'll have that all signed and sealed, and ready to push go forward with the works starting early 2025. It's really critical that we start it sooner rather than later, making the most of the summer works opportunity, and trying to get it so that the road is open, allowing the clearing and maintenance after the slip to be carried out, as everyone's probably quite aware that there has been a real lack of maintenance on the road due to the slip. So there's a bit of work that needs to be done past the slip, and looking to, all going well, have the road completely open May 2025. So that's a quick run through of the program. Going forward onto the next slide is the new layout of the road going through. What we'll do is I'll talk through what it looks like, and then we'll get to the end of the presentation, and then we'll have questions at the end, if that's all right. Oh, sorry, thank you. So this point here is the start of where the Campbell's land starts. So the road is coming inland around away from the underslip, which is here. So these lines here are the cracks from the underslip. So coming in towards the bank, through, and then over here is the overslip. So this is currently where, if anybody's been through and walked over it, this is where the steps currently are. And the idea here is that we come through and clear that overslip right back to get back to the existing hard, firm ground through there. At the start of the road, during the consent phase planning, this area up the top, this wetlands area, became quite evident, and we had to work around that to make sure that, so we've got a little bit of an S-bend in here, so that's the reason for that S-bend being like that. But we've worked quite closely with the planner and geotech engineers to make sure that we're not getting too close to those cracks. And also through this area here as well, and working towards the slip. So we've done a couple of quite a few test pits going through there as well, so we can go through and just really be confident where that solid ground is coming through that area. The next slide here is, so this is the underslip that we'd talked to initially. This part of the Campbell's land is, we're trying to limit how close we're getting to that land, because this is a key bit of usable land for them that we're trying to let them hold on to. But again, really keeping in mind where those cracks are. And then the next slide, this is the overslip. So down the bottom here, there's an existing retaining wall that, until we clear the slip away, we'll be able to see what the extent of that retaining wall, how much of it's left there, and the condition of it. However, we have worked with geotech, NGO, Goodman's and Darlington Engineering, who have done the previous retaining walls through the Otaki Gorge Road, and we've made sure that if we do come across that we have to put some new retaining walls in, that we don't need to get consents for those, so that won't fall on the critical path. Okay, anything else here, Dave, I've missed? Nope, it's good to keep going. Cool. So on to the next one. So as we carry out the works, we'll be having to direct the public back through the alternative track that DOC have put together. This alternative track has been used in the past. I know it's not the preferred method to get across and get into the forks, but at least there is still an option there. So yeah, that will still be being used, and we will be in conversations with DOC as well around this work and going forward. A portion of this track does go through the truck access way. So it's going to be critical that working with Goodman's that we do manage the health and safety factors around that, in terms of radios and spotters, and that's a bit of work in progress that we're still doing with Goodman's at the moment. Dave, I'll let you talk to this slide.
Okay. I'll just start this slide off by saying we have had confirmation from NZTA Waka Kotahi that they have approved funding for this project. Start with a win. So look, we do need to buy we would like to purchase a section of 1400 Otaki Gorge Road for the Campbells. Just the bit shown in blue, which takes in the 2016 overslip, an area of the underslip and the current overslip, and that just gives us access to maintain, but also as the road does actually dip through their property, it gives us, and this enables us to make it vested as legal road. So we'll be coming back to you on the 12th of December for approval on that, and we'll be talking numbers then, just so, because this is an open briefing. No, we are buying the land to invest in council. So we're buying the the blue bit here, and we're going to leave the Campbells. We'll maintain a section up here, which is the bit Mike highlighted where the shed is. So,
They should be giving it to us.
yeah, in orange, sorry. What did I say? So they keep the bit in orange, and then they keep the bit down the bottom and all the rest of it.
Worthless, wouldn't it?
And we buy the blue area.
Be a worthless piece
Yeah.
of bloody.
So, and just as part of the May 24 resolution was to look at future alternate routes. So we have focused resources. We have focused resources on opening the road, but we have completed a little bit of work. We have done a drone survey, which is probably what we see to be the most likely option, and we just wanted to firm up some thinking about landing sites and where they might be. So we've done that. Our next step really with this is to sit down with our key stakeholders such as iwi, DOC, and the tramping groups and all of that, and just have a bit more of a talk around how that all might look. So yeah, just to let you know, we are still working on it, but our priority has been to get the road open. And so some next steps. We're off to see Otaki Community Board tonight and give them an update. We'll be back on the 12th of December for the property purchase. Resource consent is currently in. We're expecting it, well, we're hoping that it will be granted before the end of the year. Once that's granted, we'll complete the property acquisition. Then we'll get out and do some comms and engagement with affected parties and just let everybody know what's going on. And obviously we're going to make sure that it is closed through the construction site whilst we are in construction mode, and hopefully get construction underway early in the new year. So I think that moves us to any questions. Oh, hang on.
So we should probably also just mention as well that this week we've put some messages out on the Everything Kapiti newsletter and also the website, and the Otaki Today newspaper next week is going to have some information in there as well about the proposed work starting up in the new year. It's a little bit hard considering we don't quite know when the resource consents are going to come in, but we feel it is important that we're getting the message out there as well.
Just two quick questions around budget. So it sounds great that it's coming on budget. Does the budget include the road past the slip up to Otaki Forks, or is that outside budget?
The Wakako Tahi will fund the immediate slip area under the emergency far rate of effectively 71%. The bit beyond that would be at 51%, but that's we've included that in the budget.
Okay, so that's taken care of.
Yeah, and we are well under budget.
And so the buying of the land, that's within budget as well, or is that over top budget? That's where you're coming back to us.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So the buying of the land,
yes,
off the people,
yes,
is that within budget?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Good job. Good work. I voted against it, just so everyone remembers, but great work. I love it. I did. Yeah. No, you're doing a great job. Thank you. And I look forward to using it when it's open, if I'm allowed.
There'll be a toll.
Oh, thanks, Dave and Mike. Hey, congratulations. No, it's an awesome job you've done there. Yeah, the road into the Forks is about 2 metres wide at the moment, isn't it, with overgrowth from both sides? So that will have to be attended to for vehicle access. But they've got till May to sort that out.
Yep.
And thanks. I didn't read the drone survey for the potential swing bridge landing sites. That's that to land the drones or the or the bridge? Yeah.
Land the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, there's a nice big plateau on that side. Yeah, I've got a couple of schemes I can bring around to you sometime. No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
My question is for when it's open. Is there going to be a weight restriction on the road just to stop logging trucks and stuff? Hey? Yeah. Lucky you said not the horse and not me.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Is that a consideration? If the road is, does that do anything to help the road stay intact, or?
I don't know how legally we'd be placed without having due reason, but we can.
I don't, the extent of the geology or whatever, I don't think weight through there would be an issue because you've got to get there in the first place in terms of whatever oversized vehicle or weight that you might be looking at. So it's not the most easiest road to manoeuvre a truck and trailer unit that's full of material.
Right.
So, but I don't think that's likely to be the cause of future slips. It's more the underlying, if there's a seismic event or something like that. So not at the moment. Yeah.
And from discussions we've had, there's no one post the slip area that would come and log. It's done by
Crichton's
helicopter.
have got native.
Yeah, I think they
beyond
do that by helicopter though.
Okay, that's
Was
cool.
the discussion? Yeah.
So are we liaising with DOC to ensure that when it is open, the facilities down at both the camping and at the little swing bridge over to the first hut, are we liaising with them to make sure that that is all up and running when it opens?
Yes,
Good.
we are. Yeah,
And are they
and we
gonna?
are looking, if possible, to give them early access.
Great. And are we still supporting the Campbells by way of getting stuff? And I know that council was pretty good at doing
As
a
far
few
as I'm
helicopter
aware,
drops and stuff
yes,
for them.
we
Yeah.
will if they request it. Yeah.
Okay, but we're not actively saying, hey, is there anything?
I think they generally come to us or
Cool.
Mark and,
Okay.
and say, hey, can we have some help here?
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Oh, thanks, Lawrence. Just one quick one. The alternative track that you have over the hill there is 5 kilometres away. Is that the one you have to take when you were actually working on the slip repairs? Can you actually get access over the slip repairs somehow, or through the, I suppose it's a no-no, it's a no-go.
During construction, there will be no
Right.
access.
Okay.
You need to think there'll be a digger potentially up on the slip face
Yeah.
working.
Okay.
And if
We better
debris coming
publicise
down,
that, yeah, because at the moment our
So no.
guys are going over the slip, so it's another 5k
Yeah.
to your tramp up to Hector.
We are aware of that, but we'll be working as
Yeah.
quickly as safely allows.
Okay, we'll just
safety
communicate
allows.
that to the
Yeah.
trampers and that, thanks.
Yeah, well, that's part of what Philip
Yeah.
is we're going to do as the comms.
Thanks, yeah.
That's
good.
why we want to get it out earlier.
In other words, do the illegal thing before the construction starts.
Maybe on the weekends.
Any other questions? Great. Well, it's good news. It's good news to hear that it'll be open mid next year because it is a taonga for our region, Otaki Forks, and the access to the Tararua's through there. So that's good news. Great. Thanks for the update. I think that's us for today, team. So thanks for your participation and involvement. And then we'll catch up with you on, what day is it today? Thursday. We're back. Thursday for council meeting, 9:30.
Hey, thanks for
Some
getting
big
out.
decisions on Thursday.